Brother, today we're stepping into a place that is far from lighthearted, far from casual, and certainly not built for the faint of heart. What I'm about to share with you carries tremendous weight. And before we go any further, I want to recognize the courage that brought you here. You saw the warning at the start, yet you chose to stay, to listen, and to face the difficult truths that most men spend their entire lives avoiding. This kind of courage doesn't demand attention. It doesn't seek applause. It's quiet, unwavering, and remarkably powerful. This isn't entertainment. We're not here to discuss tricks, charms, seduction techniques, or recycled relationship advice. We're here to confront the truth, a painful, unfiltered truth, the kind that can shake everything you once believed about love, trust, and loyalty. A truth capable of reopening wounds you thought had healed long ago. But sometimes, brother, true growth requires exactly that. It asks you to revisit those scars and finally see them for what they really are. What I'm about to share is not an exaggerated tale created for views. It isn't fiction. It comes from research, from real pain, and from the silent voices of men who carried their suffering alone. For days, my team and I have gathered these stories and realities, not for fame, not for numbers, but for men like you, men who fight their battles quietly because nobody ever prepared them for the truth. Society expects you to stay strong, to keep smiling, and to continue moving forward even when your heart is breaking in ways nobody can see. So let this moment become your awakening. If you're still here, say it quietly to yourself. I see the truth. Because whether you're already married or hoping to be one day, the core of your identity as a man is built upon one sacred principle: loyalty. Your loyalty is your crown, it is your honor, it is the foundation of who you are. But now comes the difficult question. What if the person you gave that loyalty to never truly earned it? I don't say that to break you, brother. I say it to protect you before we move deeper into the storm. Give me just 30 seconds, not for me, not for my ego, but for something greater than both of us. Out there, beyond the streets we walk every day, there are lives suffering in silence, creatures crying through the darkness of the night, not because of disease, but because of hunger, cats wandering through alleyways, dogs left behind and forgotten, voiceless animals with nobody to speak on their behalf, yet they remain creations of God, worthy of kindness, care, and compassion. I don't come from wealth. I don't have luxury studios or powerful sponsors supporting me. What I truly have is you, your support, your presence, your strength. You've carried this mission further than even my own family ever could. Together, we've built something meaningful, not for recognition or applause, but to help feed these silent and defenseless souls. Even the cost of a simple cup of coffee can help keep one of these creatures alive tonight. If your heart feels moved, act on that feeling, not because of pressure, but because of compassion. That alone is enough. Now take a breath, because from this moment forward, brother, we're walking directly into the fire. November 6, 1948, Chicago, M25. A 34-year-old man named David Miller was unknowingly stepping into a chapter of his life that would leave a permanent mark on his soul. He wasn't wealthy, he wasn't famous, he was simply an ordinary man with a heart full of loyalty. That same year, he married Claire Evans, the woman he believed would stand beside him for the rest of his life. It wasn't an arranged marriage, nor was it built on anything shallow or superficial. It was real, deep, and sincere, the kind of love poets spend entire lifetimes trying to put into words. But words, my friend, can fade. Promises can lose their meaning, and what appears strong and unshakable from the outside can crumble beneath truth hidden in the shadows. As the months passed, small arguments slowly began to appear, not because of betrayal or bad intentions, but because of everyday life, bills, dinners, and minor disagreements. Yet those tiny cracks began exposing something much deeper. A quiet distance, a growing space between two souls who were once meant to walk side by side. David worked tirelessly, balancing 2 jobs day and night. He wasn't rich in money, but he was rich in determination. His greatest possession was his loyalty. He never chased luxury, he never cared about status. His dream was simple: to come home, share a meal, and fall asleep beside the woman he loved. To him, that was paradise. But Claire's heart had already started drifting elsewhere. Slowly, piece by piece, she